Okay, so here I am. Another episode. Uh, Hang on. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. Another episode, of Grand Slam, another live stream today. I just wanted to get this in. I was thinking about doing it tomorrow, but at the same time, you know, I just got a little lazy. I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna do it today because I might have to rush through everything when I go to work tomorrow. So I mean, you know, it's just one of those deals. So I've seen some clips of now Roman Reigns is feuding with the Mysterio family. I don't know how that all happened. I really don't. I might have to go back and watch the clips again to see where this feud got started. But couple things that I did see were Dominic literally getting thrown out of the ring, power bombed out of the ring, and onto the ringside apron. Which, when I first saw that, I just kind of went, ooh, ouch, and I just kind of had a pain. It's kind of that weird feeling that you get, just in whatever spot you get, somebody else gets hit at, you feel that pain for some reason. Well, I felt that in my back, and it wasn't like pain. It was just more like that feeling of just like you're experiencing it for some reason. And then you had Rey Mysterio come out. He starts hitting Reigns with, I think it was a steel chair, a kendo stick, or a lead pipe. I don't know which one it was. But then Reigns powers through, spears him, and now they're feuding. So I think that'll be interesting. I mean, like, to me, this, I don't think the Mysterios, or I don't think Rey has ever feuded with Roman Reigns. So I think this is the first time ever that they are feuding together. That should be very interesting because, you know, Rey Mysterio has got a lot of years of experience under his belt. He's kind of been put in some very mediocre kind of feuds. I mean, some of them have repeated, like, for instance, the one with Brock Lesnar. That one felt like it kind of dragged on. Yeah, I mean, he has been put in some pretty interesting feuds. I can say that much. I mean, I think his best one was his feud with Eddie Guerrero back in 2005. So I mean, you know, that was actually 2004, 2005. That was actually a really good feud, to say the least. But now Dominic is involved in another feud with Roman Reigns and also his dad. So I mean, you know, so now the Mysterios are going to be feuding with Roman and Jey Uso, and Jimmy is also kind of that question, because he was once kind of aligned with Reigns for a little bit, but then he kind of just is now questioning himself. You know, he's like, is this the right thing to do? So that's another interesting thing to kind of look out for in the coming weeks. But you know, I just wanted to bring that up. And then switching over to the AEW Impact side, the Impact World Title was defended in Daly's place between Moose and Kenny Omega. Obviously, you have to factor in the Young Bucks, who screwed over Moose, and that allows Kenny Omega to retain the title. Now, it was said that on July 17th, at the very next pay-per-view for Impact Wrestling, I think it was Against All Odds. I think that's what it was. I don't know. or Slammiversary. I think it was Slammiversary. I don't know. Either Slammiversary or Against All Odds. Sami Callihan was supposed to face the winner of the Moose Omega match, who would have walked out as champion in that match. So now Omega was set up to face Sami Callihan, but there was another thing that was kind of thrown in there, saying that Sami was becoming a loose cannon, and he was not allowed to show up at the Daily's place. Well, Sami Callihan showed up at the Daily's place, wreaked havoc, and then the next day he gets fired from Impact. Now that's a very interesting one where, if you're on the indie scene and if you're a loose cannon in one promotion, you can't show up in the other one. But if you do show up in the other one, you get fired. That's a very interesting one. I've never heard anything like that before. But sure enough, Sami Callihan showed up at Daily's place in AEW, and he got fired for it. So now, the question is, who is going to Omega face for the Impact World title? I think this all is storyline based with Sami Callihan getting fired. Eventually, I think they're going to try to work something out to try to get him back into the championship fight before the next pay-per-view on July 17th. So that is something that we're just going to have to watch out for. But if they don't do that, they might give Moose another chance. I have no clue. These are just predictions that are kind of just brewing around in my head. But, because, I've never heard anything like that about, if you show up at this place, when you're not allowed to show up there, then you're automatically fired. And then show up there and then you get fired. I've never heard anything like that before. If Sami Callihan is now then becomes an AEW regular, so be it. But if he also gets rehired back at Impact, so be it with that as well. It's gonna be very interesting to see where the storyline goes in the next few weeks. So that's about it. A very short episode with very, very, very short paragraphed opinions, if you know what I mean. Just my mind's kind of not in it right now. The reason why I say that is I'm not sad or depressed. I'm more so just kind of tired. It's just my mind is kind of is in it, but at the same time it's not. So it's just, what can you really do? But anyways, I want to thank you guys a lot for watching. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and give it a like. And if you have not considered subscribing yet, I recommend you do so and to keep up with some fine content coming out in the near future. And that about does it for me. I'll see you in the next one.